There are sick cows to treat. You could spend time finding them, or they could come to you with AffiSort. Fast, affordable, accurate. That's the power of AffiMilk.
Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Dairy Magazine, reporting to you here today with Corey Geiger. He's the lead economist for dairy with CoBank. Wanted to talk to you about a new record that you guys have seen with the trends for dairy in this past year, dealing with Butterfat. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, the federal order data, which tallies all the milk in the United States, Butterfat percentage just came in a new record at 4.11% Butterfat. What does that mean? As a nation, we've produced more Butterfat, one of the main components from dairy to make products, of course, with protein being another major component.
And you said that, so that's the record. We've never made this much.
Mm-hmm. There's a data set going back to 1924, and the 1924 and the 1960s are actually in books. You can't even find them on the USDA's website. But prior to World War II, we were always above 3.9%. And then after World War II to about 2010, we hovered between 3.65 and 3.69% Butterfat. And then this Butterfat boom began. We had during our younger lifetimes, Matthew, we had this war on saturated fats. Saturated fats were bad for you. Well, the science is coming in and the story is changing. While the dietary guidelines at USDA haven't changed yet, consumers are. So they're demanding full-fat products. They're demanding cheeses and butter. The product itself is growing quite a bit. This also transcends to steaks and pork chops and those kind of things as well, because they have saturated fat in them too.
That's interesting. So yeah, you guys released a report a little while back about this boom in Butterfat and where this is coming from and what this means for dairy producers and from the California dairy perspective. What could you share with us in that regard?
You know, in California, California dairy farmers are under the federal milk marketing order system, and you're paid on multiple component pricing. Two biggest components being butter, fat, and protein. So that's driving milk checks. And what's happened since 2010 when these Butterfat levels have changed in the milk, when we say, milk production's up 0.5% or it's not growing lately, I'm not really worried about the water in milk, because most people are eating their dairy these days. And so since 2010, milk's grown about 15%. Butterfat production has grown 27%. So through nutrition, better cow care, and of course genetics, dairy farmers are getting more butterfat and more protein, which is driving milk check revenue.
Well, that's important when it comes on the check like that. For what that means for California dairy producers, looking to the future, do you see more investment in, say, Jersey cows as a result of something like this?
So what's happening, jerseys are growing. If you look at U.S. national semen sales, which is probably the best predictor of what the nation's dairy herd looks like and California dairy herd looks like, 83% of the semen sold in the U.S. is Holstein, and about another 15% is Jersey. So we're getting some change in that regard. However, what's crazy happening now, Holsteins as a herd nationally are over 4.1% Butterfat too. I mean, just a decade ago, a 3.6, 3.7 herd would have been phenomenal. But Jerseys are improving their Butterfat, and Holsteins are too.
Wow. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much for giving this update. Read more about this in California Dairy Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.